Hi, this is Pastor Jim and Andrew Dowse, the chairman of our elders. We wanted to update you about Fellowship Church and the coronavirus. As you may remember from our previous updates, one of the utmost concerns we have is your health and the health of your family. As a result, since this thing began, we've been consulting with medical experts. Now, if you know it or not, some of the finest doctors in Dubai are in our church. We also are, of course, listening to the government very carefully and wanting to be respectful and abide by anything that they say. I'm sure many of you already know that 3 days ago, the Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing announced that all functions at all hotels in Dubai would be suspended until the end of March. And of course, that includes us. So that means that this Friday and every Friday until further notice, hopefully it won't be long, there will be no large gatherings, worship services of fellowship at the Two Seasons Hotel or the Jumeirah Creekside Hotel. Of course, the good news is, just because we're not going to be together in person, doesn't mean we won't be together. We'll be able to meet together this Friday online. Our church staff is working overtime to prepare a wonderful online church experience for everyone who is willing to tune in. There'll be interesting teaching, worship, a meaningful time of prayer. I mean, all the things that you're used to when you come to the hotels, you'll be able to see online. Matter of fact, we're beginning a brand new series we think is going to be really relevant to what we're all going through. It's called Unshakable, Faith in Uncertain Times. There'll be biblical truth about how you and your family can go through unshaken by all that we're experiencing. And so the times are clear. They're the same times that we would be meeting in person. That means this Friday, you'll be able to get on the website or the app at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and we've added 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So that's 5 different times you'll be able to tune in to this interactive church worship service. I mean, there'll be people available to answer your questions, to take your prayer requests. We'll even have pastors available. We think it's going to be a wonderful way to have church, even with all that's going on. Now, and by the way, there'll be things for children and youth as well, and you can check the app and the website about when those will be available. One question you might have is, how is the giving going to be done? And so I'm going to ask Andrew if he'd tell us about that.
Well, we're all hopeful that this situation is temporary. And we're looking forward to resuming our Friday services at Two Seasons and Creekside, along with our many other ministries, just as soon as we can. But to do that, we need to continue giving financially. While it's true we will save money on the weekly cost of hotels, and we have greatly reduced many other costs, there are still significant fixed expenses, such as to rent our offices and also to support our staff who, as you've just heard, will continue serving our community during this period. In addition, there are many other ministries beyond fellowship who rely on our support, and also we want to be available to help those in fellowship who are experiencing hardship. Now, all of this requires us to continue giving so that we can continue ministering during this time and, of course, be ready to ramp up again. There is and will be a greater need than ever for churches like Fellowship to offer hope and life during this season of uncertainty and beyond. Now, our challenge is this, that we have just 6 weeks of savings available as a buffer for this time we're experiencing. So I need to urge you to continue or to start giving. I realize for some that perhaps many of us, this won't be possible as you're experiencing great hardship yourself. Please lean on the fellowship community. We're here for you. For those who can, though, this is a time to give generously, trusting in God to provide for your needs as you provide for others. If you're watching this from your home country, perhaps having left Dubai permanently, would you please consider giving to support the ministry which so richly blessed you during your season in Dubai? We need you more than ever. Here's how you can give. Online is the easiest way. On our website or through our church app, just follow the instructions. It's a very easy way to give. But for those who can't give online, then you can always give by cash or by cheque through the hundreds of ATMs around the city. The details of our account are on our website and the instructions are easy to follow. Please pray that God will stir our hearts to generosity, please pray that we'll be faithful and sacrificial. If we all do what we can, I'm confident that God will provide all we need.
Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate your wonderful leadership, yours and the other elders, during this difficult time. The body of Christ, the church, is much more than a building. We of all people ought to know that. The church is a living organism. It's a family. It's a community. It's made up of people who love each other, who care for each other, who pray for each other, who are connected with each other's lives. Social distancing does not mean social isolation. Now more than ever, we need to be together. And we can do that through our small groups, which are still going to be meeting. And we also want to remind you that this is not the first time the church has faced obstacles or opposition. As a matter of fact, I was reading the other day over in 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Listen to what Paul writes. He says, for momentary light affliction, and by the way, in these chapters 4 and 5, he mentions what that momentary light affliction is. Sleepless nights, shipwrecks, hunger, affliction of every kind, prison, beatings. Thankfully we don't have those to face. Those are his momentary light afflictions. He says, momentary light afflictions are producing for us an eternal weight of glory, far beyond all comprehension. While we look not at the things which are seen, that's the coronavirus. We look to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporal, but the things that are unseen are eternal. That's what we're about, eternal things. And I hope you'll be with us as we continue to be about those things this Friday at 9, 11, 1, 5, and 7 o'clock on our website or app. God bless you, family. We'll see you soon.